All right, welcome back, physics rock stars. We are in lesson 2.1, distance and displacement. So let's start it off with distance. Distance is going to be the total length of a particular path. It is known as a scalar quantity, which means it just has one dimension. Um, Only one number is associated with it. I have some listed examples: mass, time, distance, temperature. Note that with the exception of temperature, most of the time these are going to be positive numbers. You can't have a negative distance, negative time, unless you're Marty McFly. And if you have less than zero mass, we're in for a world of trouble. So distance, scalar quantity, just one dimension, dealing with a number only. That is different from displacement, delta x, which is going to be the change from your initial position. So on the formula here, we have delta x, which is our formula for displacement, and that is final position minus initial position. So this subscript f means final, and this is initial, or where we started from. It's a vector quantity, which means it has both magnitude and direction, just like our villain down here, Vector from Despicable Me. He initially comes out saying about having committing crimes with direction and magnitude, and that fits really in with our physics. So like many other physics teachers, I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited when I watched that. I like to say I watched it at first with my kid, but of course I watched it by myself first, and I laughed a lot. Anyways, so displacement delta x is our change from initial position. So think about it like this. Here we have this person driving a motorcycle, and distance-wise, in order to get to the factory, they have to follow this long, snaky road here, and that's going to be about 200 meters. However, displacement-wise, the change from his initial position to his final position is less. It's only 120 meters. So the big difference here is distance is your total amount that you traveled, whereas displacement is only the change from your initial position. Example-wise, what I have here is we have Roy. And Roy is going to walk from his house to Bob's Triangle Store and then back to White Castle. So you can think of these as feet, miles, meters. The units are kind of arbitrary at this point, but what we do note is that we're starting at Roy's house, which is a initial position of 0. So he's going to start by going all the way over here to Bob's Triangle Store, which is 12 whatever units away. Let's say meters, just to be all sciencey and whatnot. From there, he goes from the 12-meter mark all the way back to White Castle's White Castle, and that is going to be 9 meters. So for a total distance, we have 12 meters one way plus 9 meters the other way, and that equals 21 meters. Good for him. He's getting his steps in today. However, displacement-wise, we started here. This was our initial position, 0. Our final position is only 3. So if we look at our formula here, final position, 3, minus our initial position, delta x is only 3 meters. Not as impressive. Big difference between displacement and distance. Other thing I want to show you before I end this presentation is we can look at things in a variety of different ways. Up is generally positive, down is generally negative. Up does not mean north all the time. On paper, on a flat surface, you may see an arrow like this, that does not mean that you are looking up. It just means that you're going in the direction of north. Generally in physics, we keep east as a positive magnitude or direction, and negative is our negative direction. West, I'm sorry, is our negative direction. Uh, Normally, however, south is negative and north is positive. Uh, so just something to keep in mind as we move along. If someone is traveling east, they're in the positive direction. If they're traveling west, they're in the negative direction. If they're going north, they're positive. South, they're negative. If they're traveling up, it's positive. Down is negative. And someday, as we go through our travels, we might even have someone going northeast. And then we'll have to look at those quantities of positive, positive, or if someone's going southeast, negative, positive. Oh, things are getting crazy quick, fast, in a hurry, people. All right, so we'll go ahead and end it there. Hopefully, this makes a little bit more sense. If not, as always, come see me. I'm hanging around in my room. Awesome.